Inclusion 2024.
When I hear that, the first thing that comes to mind is
respect for all.
Fostering collaboration.
Creating an environment, I think, where diversity is celebrated.
Where people feel appreciated and included.
And that's especially for women.
Women being a part of the grand matrix.
Inclusion is important everywhere in the world.
A lot of times I feel women are not visible enough. Women are not given the platform that they deserve.
I've gone through a lot of biases and stereotypes.
At the beginning of my career, I got a lot of stigma and discrimination and people not willing to shake my hand because I was a woman.
So the biggest one that I really dislike is the always only woman in the room. I hate that.
The inclusion of women in our stories, even when women were included, it was more like for the aesthetics, how they look, their hair. And so we're not really interested in whether they could live up a role or not.
Biases against women in terms of what are they capable of, how you're being put into position, how you're getting responsibility. That's what I would say are the challenges that we're facing.
I started in the entertainment industry. There was this perceived notion that the women in the industry didn't necessarily have a good image. And I had to come in there and literally fight it, of course, along with my other female journalists.
Let's give equal opportunities to all.
I'm particularly proud of the company I work for. Pulse Africa has been very intentional about this. We currently operate in about 6 African markets. And out of the 6 African markets, we have 3 women who are managing directors. We also have a CEO who is also a woman.
Inclusion is a no-brainer. There are virtually no downsides to it and all the upsides.
People talk about girl child, the focus is too much on the girl child, for example, and there's a boy child as well. But you know, the scale is still tilted, and if we don't push much more for it to be a bit balanced, we'll continue to have this issue.
I think the world needs a lot more inspiration than we think. We should not take it for granted. And so if you're in the front seat and you're leading, you should understand that women are out there watching you and they need you to inspire them enough to have the courage and the confidence to launch out.
I want to lead by example when it comes to making talent and making success about what you're able to do and not who you are or how you look like.
You might not know what someone has deep down if you don't give them the opportunity.
For me, my personal commitment has been for myself to say, when I leave my term of office in the Ghana office, I want women leaders at the table when I leave that table.
Inclusion will remain a myth if we just continue to talk about it without acting it out. I would encourage everyone today to ensure that we don't just talk about it, we actually act it out.
We're still trying to get through the door, but it looks like there are a lot of barriers. And so we're trying to use this celebration to remind the rest of the world that there's a need for us to actively pursue inclusion, pursue women empowerment, and pursue the opportunity for women to also have a seat at the table and have the chance for their voices to be heard.
I want to take this opportunity to wish all women out there happy International Women's Day.
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 Happy International Women's Day. Inspire inclusion.
Inspire inclusion.
Inspire inclusion.
Inspiring inclusion.
Inspire inclusion.
Inspire inclusion.
Inspire inclusion.
Ensure you inspire inclusion.
Glad to be part of this. I think that it's very important to inspire inclusion.